Mitrom and Bandhuvo, this is South Asia Maps, Intellectual Kshatriya channel, Education channel. This is your presenter J. Reddy. Today we'll discuss about a very fascinating aspect about the Ghazwa of Panipat 3 or Battle of Panipat 3. The topic itself is not about the battle, about the prominent swordsmen of Islam. It is essentially a Ghazwa. Ghazwa is a Islamic war, a jihad. Muhammad, the founder of Islam, itself is a Ghazvi. Ghazvi and religious preacher, Khalifa, all rolled together. Saif-ul-Islam means a prominent swordsman. These are extreme Islamic Ghazis who fought against the Kafirs. Saif-ul-islams means swordsman of Islam. Saif is a sword, that is Talwar-ul-Islams, Jihadis, Ghazis, who are the prominent swordsmen of Islam at Ghazwa of Panipat is the topic of today's presentation, a fascinating topic. There are two important battles Ghazwas fought on Bharat. Battle of Talikota between the magnificent Vijayanagara Empire and Islamic Ghazis of Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Golconda, Berar and Bidar all destroyed the magnificent empire. That was in 1565. This battle is an earth-shaking battle. We will be just talking about the Battle of Panipat 3. Battle of Panipat 3 has a serious implications in today's history, heritage, politics and so on. After this presentation, you will get a fascinating idea of what are the Ghazis, Jihadis, Mujahis, the people who fought the war at Panipat, the Islamic Ghazis and Islamic swordsmen. This is my education channel, South Asia Maps. If you are not aware of it, that is the bringing the South Asian heritage to you in the form of icons and maps. There are many fascinating 150 plus presentations there. You can go and have a look at them, and please do subscribe them if you like the content. This particular thumbnail gives the historical and geographical context before we go and talk very briefly about each Ghazi. This is roundabout Battle of Panipat. Ghazwa Panipat 3 was fought on the Sankrantri time, the Pongal time, that is in the winter, that is January 1761, January 14, the Battle of Panipat 3. Here you can see Battle of Panipat. This is the 1761 political map. The Deccan, the Carnatic Nawabs, the Mysore Wadayars, the Nizams, Asafia dynasty here, the Peshwas Empire and Bonsla Rajas and Holkar Sardars and Sindhya Sardars, Nawabs of Bengal and Awadh Nawabs, Bundelkhand and Rohillas, Afghan rulers, Jat ruler Maharaja Surajmal area, Rajputana. The Gaikwad ruled in Gujarat region and Kacha kingdom, Maharrao of Kacha and Kalhora, Muslim Nawabs in the Sindh and Nawab of Kalat in Baluchistan area. Coming to the coast, the Venadu kingdom, that is the Travancore, later Kochi kingdom, and Samundri kingdom, Jamorin ruler, and Keladi Nayaks or Ikeri Nayaks, and Catholic imperial outpost of Portuguese. This is the Islamic Ghazis Empire, Durrani Empire, a subsect of Durranis, Popaljais ruled at that time. Islamic imperialism, jihad, Ghazwa, and Muzahids and Ghanima, that is uh, the plunder, and conquistadors. The concept of Darul-Islam, Darul-Harb, Mu'mins and Kafirs, partition of Bharat, and all are extremely well documented ideological level by Voice of India think tank, Mahayogi Sri Ram Swarupji, Mahadrishta Sitaram Goyalji, and Mahagnani Coinrod Elst. And the foundation, the understanding of Battle of Panipat is very, very important. That plays a very prominent role in today's political history. The daily street riots by the Islamic converts in Bharat is also correlated with the Battle of Panipat, the partition shedding of Tula. And Islamic swordsmen, the Saif-ul-islams, the Talwar-e-islams, this is the historic context, Islamic conquistadors, Islamic imperialism, Voice of India think tank, Islamization and partition of 47. 1680, Shivaji Maharaj Chhatrapati died. In 1707, the Ghazi, the Mughal ruler Aurangzeb, passed away at Aurangabad, Ahmednagar, and buried in Aurangabad. Then Marathas overthrew the Muslim rulers and they captured the Delhi and much of the North India. And at the same time, the Durranis and Afghan ruler Abdali, Ahmad Khan Abdali, Ahmad Shah Abdali, they captured the Afghan region. So both powers, they arrayed and they waged this battle, that is the Battle of Panipat. Who are the Ghazis that are present at the Battle of Panipat Ghazwa? Ahmad Shah Abdali was the ruler of Kandahar and Kabul and Herat. He is a Durrani ruler. He passed away around about 1773, almost 12 years after Battle of Panipat. Taimur Shah, his son, is a Ghazi at Panipat. He ruled around about 20 years, that means 1773 to 93, and he moved the capital from Kandahar to Kabul. He is a Parsi Pasandi. Most of his favorite wives are Persian origin. So he liked the Persian culture very much, whereas Ahmad Shah Abdali was mostly a Pashtun Pasandi. And Ahmad Shah Abdali was helped in establishing the Durrani kingdom empire by the prominent Afghan warriors, noblemen and sardars, Wali Khan and Pasnad Khan or Pasand Khan, and I have not given Jahan Shah. And all these sardars helped governing the secondary provinces, especially Punjab region, when his son Taimur Shah was appointed as a Subadar, and when Marathas kicked him, defeated and kicked him out of Punjab, and he went back to Afghania across the Khyber Pass. So these are the prominent leaders who were present on the Battle of Panipat. That is Wazir, he is Diwan, Chief Minister or Prime Minister, Principal Counselor, Advisor and Strategist. And also Shah Pasnad Khan or Pasand Khan and Shah Jahan Khan and Barkadur Khan. These are the Afghan tribal leaders. And Ghulam Shah Kalhora was a ruler of Kalhora kingdom, that is Sindh, and he was also present at Battle of Panipat, Ghazwa-e-Panipat. The local subalterns, the helpers, the Hindustani Mussalmans are Nazib-ud-Dawla. This is the Rohillas region, around Moradabad, Ayonla, that is Bedon, Bareilly, Rampur, Shahjahanpur, that area east of Ganga river. Nazib-ud-Dawla is a prominent leader who gathered, assembled, and was a major supplier of food and all other armaments to the Shah. The Shah stayed nearly 1.5+ years in the Doba region to fight Marathas. Nazib-ud-Dawla Rohillas. And Shuja-ud-Dawla was the ruler of Awadh or Ayodhya, at Faizabad, later at Lucknow, Sujauddaulah. He was a reluctant participant. He was originally a Maratha supporter, but finally jumped the wall and joined the Islamic Ghazis to settle the scores with the Hindu Kafirs from Deccan. And Hafiz Rahmat Khan was also a Rohilla Sardar, ruled area called Farrukhabad or Fatehabad and Ganga River, Nawabs of Farrukhabad. Dundi Khan was also assistant of Hafiz Rahmat Khan. Hafiz Rahmat Khan was the de facto ruler of Rohillas at Rampur, and Dundi Khan was his prominent assistant. That is about the prominent swordsmen at Ghazwa of Panipat. And here you can go to the Wikipedia, and I will not be showing that. This is the Panipat, third Panipat battle, and the belligerents Marathas and Afghan Durranis. And I talked about the prominent Ghazis, Talwars-e-Islam, and Jihadis and Muzahids in battle. This is the Shah, Ahmad Shah Abdali, the Islamic Zealot, the major prominent Ghazi, who molded himself in the form of the previous Islamic invaders, conquistadors, the Ghaznavis and Ghoris, and so on. And here you can see in the Squaresburg Atlas, the prominent, very important, authentic atlas at that time. Here we are looking about the Delhi region. Here the Mughals controlled round about Delhi, small area. This is the 6th Sarhind area, and Battle of Panipat was fought here. And you can see the Rohilakand area, Bareilly, Rampur here. This is the Awadh Principality, and the Jats ruled the Bharatpur south of Delhi, Maharaja Shuratmal, and Rajputs in Rajputana, Kalhora Nawabs here in the Thatta and Umarkot and Shewan near Hyderabad and Sindh, that is in Sindh province, and Khan of Kalat, and so on. And this is about, we can see the Rohilla Khand. The Rohillas plays a very important role in tilting the results of this particular battle. This is the Rohilla Khand region of modern the United Provinces, Uttar Pradesh. This is the Rohilla Khand. This is the Kumaon region. This is the Nepal. You can see the Delhi, Gurgaon here. This is the former principality of the leftover of Rohilla strongholds, Bareilly, Philibit, Shahjahanpur, Budaun, and Moradabad and Bijnor. And Najibuddaulah ruled this area, Doba area, and in this area. And Kalhora Nawabs ruled in the Sindh area. This is the Kalhora Nawabs ruled that area. That is in brief about the fascinating and prominent swordsmen of Islam, the Jihadis and Ghazis, mostly predominantly Afghans, Abdali and his son Taimur, and his prominent Sardars, and local Hindustani Mussalmans, subalterns who assisted him in defeating the rising Maratha power from Deccan. That is Najibuddaulah, the ruler of Doba region, virtually the ruler of Delhi for a decade after the Battle of Panipat, and Sujauddaulah, Nawab of Awadh, and Rohilla Sardars, Hafiz Rahmat Khan and Dunde Khan. This is your presenter J. Reddy at South Asia Maps. Mitrom and Bandhuvam. See you later at some other presentation.